I've had some requests through my declutter videos to swatch or name the products better than I do in a declutter, because in a declutter, that's not what I'm trying to go for. So I wanted to make sure that I'm giving you all what you want. I've done collection videos in the past, however, I don't think I've ever swatched everything. And that's what we're doing today. So my collection's in a really good spot. I feel like it's not minimal, but it's also manageable. So we'll call this my manageable makeup collection. It fits completely within 2 Alex drawer set systems here at my vanity, and each drawer has a different category. We are going through each category in this video. If you would prefer to watch them in shorter segments instead of one long video, I do have them uploaded individually. Feel free to check those out or watch this longer form video. I swatched about 90% of everything. Didn't swatch concealers or foundations because that sounded messy, and I didn't swatch my eye palettes. I did do single shadows, just not my eye palettes, because we would be here for 3 days. So if you do want swatches on any of the individual palettes, put it in the comments and I'd be happy to do a dedicated video on that palette and swatch it. So without further ado, let's get into it. This drawer is very full now, but it's got all of my concealers, color correctors, primers, foundations, setting sprays, and powders in here. So let's go through this. I've got the Essence Keep Me Covered concealer in Alabaster. I actually really like this concealer. Some people don't, but I find that it's very thin, hydrating, and works well. There's also a hair on it, so I like it, and it's very affordable. I also have the Conceal and Correct from Essence Under Eye Brightener in Light. I also like this. It's a nice peach light under eye corrector. It's not my favorite, but it works and it's cheap. This is a favorite concealer from Neutrogena. It is the Radiant Cream Concealer. I have mine in Ivory Light, and I absolutely adore this. If you have cool skin, you need this concealer. It is perfection. I think out of all my concealers, this is my favorite. I also have the Tarte Creaseless Creamy Concealer. Also pretty nice, but I wouldn't buy it again. I'm gonna use this one and then be done with it. But I do like the shade of this. And it is, I don't know because I covered it up with a date sticker. So I am so sorry. It's one of the lighter shades. So sorry. And then I have the Revlon Glimmer Correcting Concealer. This is newer. I don't know that I love this one. This is the neutralizer shade. It's fine. I don't know that it's like a favorite, but it's pretty good. And then I also have the brightening concealer. So I have correcting and brightening. They also have actual skin shades. So I have those. And then, let's see. Oh, that's empty. Okay. I have the Revlon Flex Full Cover Concealer in, I don't know, vanilla. I love, 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 love this concealer. If you haven't tried it yet, you need to. It's incredible. I do love the Neutrogena, but this is definitely up there as a top 2. Okay, I also have the NYX Bare With Me Serum Concealer. Also love this for a very hydrating under eye concealer. I actually used one of these up, and this is a repurchase. Then I have this concealer from Flower Beauty. It's the Get Real Serum Concealer. Also love this. Also love the shade if you have cool tone skin. I have Fair, and this is really, really nice for my cool tone skin. Then I have the Revlon Multitasker Concealer. What shade is this? I don't know. Full cover. Fair. It's fair. Very, very brightening for fair. Very, very brightening, but I like it. Okay, and then I have, this is newer to me. I just picked it up at TJ Maxx recently. It's the Bare Minerals Original Liquid Mineral Concealer in Very Fair. I don't have any thoughts on this because I haven't used it enough, but picked it up. Oh, I do know, I have a thought. It's not fair at all. It's very, very dark, but it works, but it's very dark. It's not fair at all. Okay, then I do have the Skin Ink over here in my concealer section, though I don't believe it's concealer. I think it's a foundation. Very matte, but I do really like it. You do need to shake it up, and mine's in the shade 15 Neutral. Then I have two concealers from the Ulta Beauty collection. I have the color corrector in pink. You can see I've really been scraping the sides on this. I've used this up quickly. I really enjoyed this color corrector. And then I also have a concealer shade in fair neutral that I like to pair with that. Those are both really, really nice concealers. All right, let's look at powders next over here. This is open for some reason. I have the Flower Miracle Matte Universal Finishing Powder. Very nice finishing powder. If you've been paying attention recently on socials, I've seen a lot of creators talking about the difference between a finishing powder and a setting powder. And really finishing powder is what more mature skin needs. We don't need a setting powder. We need just a finishing powder that will kind of lightly blur, perfect, do the things we need without giving too much coverage. This is quite nice. And then I have the Kosas Cloud Set in Airy. I do like this. I know why people like it, but I probably won't buy it again. It's just so expensive for a powder. I just don't feel like you really need to spend that much on a powder. I have the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance. This is probably the third time I've purchased this powder. I really like this powder for a good drugstore option. I think Tati first recommended this powder and I've been using it ever since. It's in 110 Creamy Natural. Then I have a MAC powder in, oh, it's a mineralized skin finish in Light Plus. I do love this for an all-over powder. I have the Morphe, this is newer, Cloud Light Soft Cloud Veil in Dawn. It says it's vanilla with balancing pink. I do also really like this for an all-over like finish. I like the different swirls in there. I like the luminosity. It gives an all-over healthy glow to the skin while giving it a little bit of like perfecting. So I really like that. I have the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. I don't really reach for this much. I should probably use this. It's not one that I've reached for in a while, and I can't even tell you how brightening it is. I don't know, but it's cheap, so I like that. And then I have the Laura Geller Baked Balance and Brighten in Porcelain. This is their powder foundation. Newer to me, but I've been enjoying dabbling with that. And then I have the powder foundation from Makeup Forever. This is in, I don't know, what shade do I have? It's a shade number 1R02. So whatever shade that is, it's one of the lightest shades. I really love this powder foundation. It's absolutely a favorite. And then hiding back here, it's actually not a powder, it's my Bobbi Brown Under Eye color corrector that I've hit pan on. We are moving and grooving through this. I've used many of these in the past few years. I really love this under eye corrector. All right, let's get into the rest of this bin. I've got foundations, loose powders, and primers in here. So this is my newest primer from NARS. It is the Radiance Primer. It's got an SPF 35 and it is absolutely gorgeous. I guess I'll swatch this one for you. I just got it at TJ Maxx and I have been pairing it with a foundation I'll talk about in a second, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It looks kind of yellowy. Honestly, it looks like it needs to be shaken up maybe, but look at that beautiful glow. It has a scent. I don't love that it has a scent, but look at that. I think out of all the glowy primers that I currently own, this is hands down jumped to the top of the line favorite. I would consider buying this full price. We'll see if that continues, but so far I would consider buying that full price. I think it's gorgeous. I have the CoverGirl True Blend Mattifying Primer. I also have the Rimmel Stay Matte. I'm almost out of this. It's almost completely gone. I love this. This is still fine. I like the Rimmel better, so if you're looking at this, I would just get the Rimmel. Overall, I like it better. And then, what else is down here? I've got two primers from Hard Candy. I recently picked these up at Walmart. I have the Glow on Lock and the Smooth on Lock. So one is supposed to even texture and smooth lines, and then this one is supposed to give you a radiant glow with vitamin C. But again, I'm just obsessed with that NARS primer right now. I don't even honestly know how much that one glows. And then I also picked up the LA Girl Pro Perfect Hydrating primer. This has an SPF of 30. It says it's a multitasking invisible primer sunscreen. This is newer to me. I've only used it once or twice, so I don't really have a lot of thoughts on that yet, but it was hydrating. It felt nice. Then I also just recently got the Catrice Skin Glaze. That is because Emily Noel recommended it and it looked gorgeous. I do like this as well, but honestly with the packaging, I still like the NARS better, but we'll see how that continues. And then I have the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. I do enjoy that. The Essence All About Blur. I like this. It has a nice smell to it. It is scented, but I kind of like it. And it definitely does blur your pores. Then I have the Ulta Beauty Cool and Glow Face Primer. This is probably the coolest primer that I have because it literally feels cooling to your skin. So that's fun. It's been nice in the summer to use because it feels very cooling to the skin. It honestly has the same finish as the NARS without SPF and add cooling. So there you have it. I do have the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. It's honestly not a favorite. I know so many people like it, but I've never loved it like other people have. It's fine. And then I also have the Catrice Soft Glam Filter Fluid Glow Booster. This is one that has like a doe foot applicator. Also fine. Not a favorite, but like also it's fine. Okay. Then powder. I have 2 loose powders. I have the Becca Hydra Mist, I think it's called. Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. I don't believe you can get this anymore. I got mine at TJ Maxx. I really like it. I think this is the full size, and I actually like that it's pretty small because the loose powder just goes a long way. So I love that one. And then I also have the Jaclyn Brighten Up Luminous Powder. Those are the only 2 powders that, like loose powders, that I currently have. I just use loose powders so sparingly. I just don't reach for them. All right, let's get into the foundations. So I have the Profusion Feel Good Skin Foundation, Longwear Skin Perfector Foundation. I like the new packaging. It's really fun. Like you twist up. It used to be just a tube, which I honestly didn't mind. This is kind of bulky. I have mine in Fair 100. It is a pretty good match. Definitely a fuller coverage foundation at the drugstore. Very affordable. I think I did a video on that back in the day when it first came out. I have a stick foundation from Essence. This is the foundation stick, and I have mine in the shade 50. It's very fair. I don't know that I like this. I've only used it a time or 2, but I didn't have a great first impression. I do have the Flower Light Illusion. I think this is one of the prettiest drugstore packagings on a foundation. It's glass, it's gold, it's white, it's beautiful. Mine is in the shade, I don't know, Porcelain, and that works really well for me. Maybe a little bit light, so in the winter it'll be really perfect. I have a Revlon Color Stay in Normal to Dry Skin. This is 130, the shade 130. I like this. It's something that I have in my collection on and off for years. I've got the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Foundation in 0.3. It's the fair skin tone with the neutral undertone, and that works just about perfectly for me. I really, really like this foundation. I've been using it a lot lately. Then I have the Maybelline Makeup Eraser Foundation. This is in 110. This is not their 4-in-1 like glow. This is the foundation, and I've really been enjoying this. I also like the applicator. It's just like their concealers, their age perfect, whatever they are, concealers, eraser concealers. I don't have those in my collection right now. I used them up recently, but I also love the foundation, and I love the spongy tip. All right, this right here has become my holy grail foundation. It is the Rimmel Lasting Finish SPF 20 in 50 Fair Porcelain. This is perfection. If you have fair, cool tone skin, you need this foundation. It is like perfect skin match for me. This NARS primer with this foundation, holy moly, best beautiful skin finish I've ever had, I think. Like, it just looks like perfection. I'm obsessed. I've been wearing exclusively that if I have on foundation. All right, I also have the Ulta Beauty Collection Complexion Crush Foundation. This is a medium coverage foundation. I have the shade Very Fair Cool. I actually really like the foundation, but I could see myself not buying it again because I don't like the packaging. It's cheap. I don't like the colors. I mean, I get that it's the Ulta Beauty like brand colors, but I just feel like they could do the packaging better. This is not a cheap foundation. I think it's like $16. And like, how does e.l.f. give you this packaging and this is what we get from Ulta? You know, this just looks more professional. I just think this looks cheap. I don't like the packaging. That's what would keep me from buying it, just being honest. All right, I have the Too Faced Born This Way. I probably need to declutter this soon. It's pretty old. It's from 2024. It's in the shade Cloud. I haven't used much of it, maybe like an eighth of it. I don't know how you divide that up. Not very much. You can see the line where it's settled. It's just never been a favorite. I want to love this. I remember when it came out right around my 24th birthday because that's when I bought it. I'm 34 now. This is not the original, by the way. It's just when it came out. But yeah, it's fine. I'll probably declutter it soon. I've got the Maybelline Super Stay 24-Hour Skin Tint in 110. Beautiful, natural, you know, give you a glow kind of foundation that gives you some good coverage. And I have, it's kind of tight back here. Let's see. The Lorac Pro Soft Focus Longwear Foundation. This one separates. You have to really shake it up. It's very thin and liquidy, and it actually reminds me a lot of the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. It kind of smells similar too. I love the slim footprint of this. It's so thin. It's really similar to like this L'Oreal, except you get a lot more product in the Lorac. And I do overall really like this. I got this in March of 25, I think during one of the last like Ulta sales they did. I have mine in One Fair. It's actually one I don't hear a lot of people talk about that I do really like. All right, then I've got, of course, Estee Lauder Double Wear. Love this foundation. My perfect shade is 1C0 Shell. Works great for me. And then I accidentally got 2 of the L'Oreal Skin Inks. I thought I was buying a different shade and turned out I was buying the same exact shade. So now I have 2 of these that are open because I'm a ding dong, but I do like it. All right, last setting sprays. This is a long one. All right, we've got the Ulta Beauty Dewy Glaze Setting Spray. Pretty nice, probably won't buy it again. I don't think it's that dewy, but it's a decent setting spray. I've got the Tier Mask Fit Makeup Fixer. I actually really like this one. I get it on Amazon. It has a really nice fine mist. And then I have MAC Fix Plus. This is honestly probably really old. I've used about half. You can't even see it. I've used about half of it. I don't know how old this is. I might need to pitch it. It's pretty old. Do liquids like that go bad? I don't know. The L'Oreal Infallible. This is like the hairspray for your face, like the one size setting spray. I think unless you're having a special event like a wedding, I wouldn't get this honestly because it's just, I don't know. Somehow I don't feel great spraying it on my face. It's an aerosol. It's really heavily, I don't know. Would you spray hairspray on your face? You know, that's what that is. All right, then I have the L'Oreal, no, not L'Oreal, LA Girl Pro Perfect Oil Control Multitasking Matte Finish Setting Spray. You can actually see this like line down the middle. You have to shake it up pretty good and get whatever's in there that's like oil controlling mixed up, but I've been enjoying it. It's a newer launch, I believe. And then I do have a travel size of the Ulta Beauty Matte Veil Setting Spray. I think I got this when I went to Disney and I just wanted a smaller setting spray. I don't have a lot of thoughts about it. I actually haven't used it in ages, so I'll have to let you know. But that's what I have. This is my powder, highlighters, palettes, bronzers, and contour powders. So let's just get going. We'll do bronzers first. So I have Benefit Hoola Light. This is a repurchase many, many times. You can see I've hit pan in that. It is a very nice light bronzer. A little bit orangey maybe, but I have found that it works really well for me and it's something that I've continued to buy again and again. Tarte Park Avenue Princess. This has become a new favorite. I've had it for years, but I've recently really embraced it. I actually like it better than the Hoola Light. You can see the tonality is definitely different. More cool tone than warm tone. I love Park Avenue Princess. I will absolutely buy this one again. Sigma Matte Bronzer in Light. It's a little bit warmer than I would like it to be, maybe a little bit darker. Give it a swatch. You can see it's definitely warmer than the Park Avenue Princess and also darker than Hoola Light, but still a very nice bronzer. This is in Naked Desire. I picked this up at TJ Maxx, so got a great deal on it. I do also enjoy this bronzer. Nice and light as well. You can really see the tonality differences with the undertones. I think overall, again, Park Avenue Princess is truly my favorite and the one that I reach for the most. It's just more cool tone. Could be used as like a contour bronzer. Either way, I still really like it. And honestly, seeing all of these next to Hoola, I'm like, why do I have Hoola anymore? I don't know. This is Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. Also a great bronzer. Another one good for fair skin. A little bit warmer and richer, more closely to the Sigma, but not quite as orange. Also a really beautiful bronzer that I like to use quite often. And last true bronzer I have from Physicians Formula. This is the Multicolored Custom Light Bronzer. And I like this one because it's also great for fair skin, and it has all those great different color, I don't know, just the different shades all in one. So you can kind of concentrate it in one spot or mix it together. It's almost a powder. It's so, so light. It has a little bit of a sheen to it, which is beautiful, as does the Pat McGrath. It has a little bit of a sheen to it. This is a very, very natural. So if you're very, very, very pale, this is almost a powder, you know? Like it's just gonna give you a tiny bit of color without looking crazy, but I do like it. Let's move on to contour powders. I have two. I have the Makeup Forever Artist Sculpt in Precious Latte. I recently picked this up at Sephora. It was on sale. Great cool tone contour, almost a bronzer. I think it could be used as a bronzer. And then I have the Sephora contour, which this is very, very gray. This is in Fair to Light. This is, you have to be kind of careful with this. It's just straight up gray. But I do find that it can give you that chiseled cheekbone look if you use it carefully, and I don't have anything else like it, so I do want to hold on to that. Next, I have this Ulta Beauty 3-in-1 palette. They do still sell this, though I think the packaging looks different. So here's the bronzer. These are kind of like, well, they're baked, so it's kind of like the Laura Geller baked. Can you see the shimmer in this? Very shimmery, not a matte bronzer. Like I said, these are all baked. They have some luminosity to them. It is great like for travel if you don't mind a bronzer that has luminosity. Excellent travel palette. And the highlight is gorgeous. Yeah, I love that. So honestly, I wish the bronzer was matte, but I love the blush. I love the highlight. I think they're so, so pretty. All in all, I think this is a great 3-in-1 palette if you like all the shades. It's an excellent, compact, simplified makeup product. Love this. I think It Cosmetics has something like this. And then, like I said, it's baked, so like Laura Geller. Okay, I also have this duo from Jacqueline, RIP to her makeup company. I actually really love this duo. It's just such bulky packaging. The bronzer is so, so soft, feels great. It's a little bit orangey for me, though I find I can make it work. And then the blush is also really pretty. A really cool tone pink blush. Really, really nice. Can you see that? I want to make sure I'm in shot. All right, I have another trio from Flower Beauty. I actually have a whole video on Flower Beauty, so if you want to see that, I'll have it linked. This is the Lift and Sculpt Contouring Palette. I love this one. If you have cool, fair skin, you need this palette, and you need to get it before they discontinue Flower Beauty, because I'm so afraid that they're going to. The bronzer is almost a little bit pinky. It's kind of interesting, but I find, again, it works, especially for my pale skin. The powders are very, very soft, so I really went in there kind of hard. You can see it flaked, but look at that cool tone pink blush. Really nice if you're looking for that. I do have a towel I'm wiping my hands on, by the way. And the highlight, Flower Beauty highlights are gorgeous. So again, I do love this palette. If you have cool tone, fair skin, I highly recommend for a 3-in-1 palette. I think it's excellent. Then I do still have the Trio Highlighter palette. It is, what's it called? Shimmer and Strobe Long Lasting Natural Luminous Glow. I think this is the only one they have. They might have a deeper shade too. 3 highlighters, kind of a champagne, a pink, and a gold. I like the champagne-y one the best, if that's what you call it, or is the pink one champagne? I never know. I'm gonna swatch it down here, kind of out of room. Look at that, gorgeous. So I definitely use that one the most. And then the pink though, also absolutely gorgeous. The gold I use the least for sure. I just don't find myself needing a gold highlight, but it is really pretty. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. And honestly, with these 3 shades, I could probably get rid of all of my highlights and be happy with just this palette and really simplify it. But you know, I'm not gonna do that, but I could. First up, I have my Jaclyn highlight in Iced. This was actually the mini, and this is the one time I think I've regretted buying a mini and wish I had bought full size, because I love this highlighter. And now of course you can't get it. I think it's perfect. Absolutely love it. Then I also have the Laura Geller Baked and Brighten French Vanilla. Maybe it's just Baked Original Highlighter. French Vanilla. You can see I dropped some powder down there. This is definitely not Va Va Voom. It's like a natural glow, but really nice, right? That was a really thick swatch, but can you see the difference in like the strobe quality of this? And this one's just like a beautiful, subtle glow. So love that. That's also a mini. Then I have the Makeup Forever Artist Highlighter in Wherever Pearl. This was also on sale recently at Sephora. I've never owned any Makeup Forever products like this. This one is definitely not as strobe as the Jaclyn and not as subtle as the Laura Geller. It's somewhere in between and kind of pinky, really nice, beautiful. I have this one from Polite Society in Highlight Society, Star Power. I think Star Power is the shade. Really pretty. I love the packaging of this. I think it's really cute. I haven't even peeled off the mirror sticker. Sometimes I leave those on as long as possible. This is a baked highlight, very thin feeling. And also similar, it's a little bit more intense than the Laura Geller. But again, not as strobe as like Jaclyn, but still really pretty, very soft, very light feeling, gorgeous choice. I think this is a newer launch. I have a MAC Double Gleam. Is this one Double Gleam Extra Diminish? I think this one's Double Gleam is the shade. I'm so not well versed on my MAC products. This is honestly like not my favorite, but like the shade is more vanilla. It's a little bit, again, more subtle. I don't know what it is. It's like I like it, but I don't at the same time, you know? And actually seeing it there, I think I like it. Essence Pure Nude, a great budget-friendly option if you want Laura Geller and can't swing it, or just don't want to, which I understand. This is also a baked highlight, very like subtle glow. The tonality is definitely different. This one's, I don't know, more vanilla-y, and this one's definitely more like warm pinky, but still look really beautiful on the skin and give a glow instead of like a shimmer. I have the Clinique Powder Pop Flower Highlighter in Lunar Pop. I love the daisies imprinted into it. I think it's so cute. This one I think I got at a cosmetics company outlet. I love going there. Also a subtle but nice, you know, kind of highlight, not like crazy, but just nice and wearable, subtle for a glow. I'm definitely getting into that, like I just need a little bit of like life to the skin. I don't need strobing, but I still want to have strobing for when I'm playing or when I want to look really like amped up, which Glow La La from Benefit will give you an amped up look. This is Aurora. It's geared for fair light pink skin, I guess, or maybe they're calling it fair light pink. I don't know. This is so interesting. I can't tell. Is it like a cream? I think it's like a cream. It's so interesting. It's so beautiful. It's so intense, but wow. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, look at my finger. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, I feel like that's so pink. I could really use it as like a blush, like really light-handed with a very light brush, I think I could get away with that being a blush. I should look into this product. Tell me, is it a, oh, it says Velvet Gleam. So I think it is kind of a cream, but at the same time, it's kind of a powder. I don't know, it's really interesting. I will say the packaging is cute, but very lightweight. It doesn't have a lot of heft to it. Feels cheap in that sense, but it is still cute. All right, then I have a highlight from Collab, which can't get anymore, so sorry. This is the Filter Glow for the Gold. I think I got this from Sally's when they were discontinuing everything. It's like a very vanilla highlight. It'll probably be one I'll declutter pretty soon because you can't get it anymore and it's kind of dry feeling, but kind of nice. I don't know, I'm on the fence. All right, I have a Bobbi Brown. This is the highlighting powder in Pink Glow. I wanted one of these for years and finally got one. I think I used like my Nordstrom notes from shopping the Nordstrom sale to get this. It's also very pink, like it says Pink Glow. It's like a toned down version of this Benefit. Look how similar those are. Really similar. You can't hardly even see that light stripe in between. And last is my Physicians Formula Natural Nude. I have had this for years and years and years. Do they even still have this packaging? I have no idea. But I love this one. And it's what I was happy with for years when I couldn't afford a Bobbi Brown. You know, when they had like the shimmer bricks? And this is just gorgeous. It's not as like chunky of a highlight. Like I would say this one's a little bit chunkier. This one's more smooth glow, but still gorgeous. So there you have it. There's all my highlights. I think they're absolutely beautiful. So many good choices in here, from really subtle to like va-va-voom type highlights. Okay, I wasn't recording and look at all these swatches we've gone through. So I'm just gonna show you what's what. We've got the Pixie On The Glow blush in Fleur. That's this one right here. I haven't used this hardly at all. I need to. Then I've got the CoverGirl True Skin in Bubblegum Pink. It surely is. Look at that bright, cool tone pink. LA Girl Vacay Flush. Really fun. It's like got a marbled effect to it, which is quite nice. I like these LA Girl blushes. Got the Physicians Formula Butter Glow and Go in Beachy Pink. So that's this blush here, and then the bronzer's right next to it. Then we have Latte, which is this one from ABH. Really pretty, like nude blush stick. And then next to it is Pink Dahlia. If I open the right side, that's Pink Dahlia right there. Gorgeous. And then I just swatched Catrice Cheek Lift in Techno Pink. It sure is. It is bright, like a bright coral. I'm not sure that that really suits me, but it's fun. Very bright. All right, and then we were just getting onto this one when I realized it wasn't recording. This is the Almay Color and Care Tint Stick. So it's like a pH custom type, you know, warm it up with your skin type blush. So it gives you a really pretty pink that does kind of warm up with your skin as you wear it, which I really enjoy. This one is Natural Flush. So this is one with the white label. They do have other label shades as well. All right, then I have the Ulta Beauty Too Cheeky. This is in Mood. I don't know that I love the formula on this one. It feels not quite as creamy, but this is still a beautiful shade that I don't feel I have one similar to. It's like a really pretty mauve. So this is a great one for like the fall. Though I haven't wanted to buy more in this formula. I just don't know that it's my favorite. I've got a trio of these Westman Atelier blush sticks. So this one is in Petal. And Pop It. Pop It is bright pink. whoo, like a magenta or a fuchsia. Really pretty. And then Mini. Mini is much more nude neutral. This one's definitely my favorite. This one's a little bit, I don't know, not quite the right shade for me, a little too warm, I feel like. But they're all quite nice. Then I have the Westman Atelier like bronzer contour stick in Biscuit. I do love this. It's very expensive, but I really like it. I think it's great, and I love the tone of it. I have since found several other options that are similar though from the drugstore, so that's great. This is my favorite cream contour stick from Sephora, though I have a couple others that are giving it a run for its money. You can see it's pretty much flat on the top. I don't know how to show that. Can you tell? Like it was domed and now it's not really domed anymore. It is a very gray tone contour. So it's a true contour shade. Very, very creamy. Then I have this CoverGirl contour in Defined. I'm running out of room. So you can see that's also very gray toned, but lighter than the Sephora. Then I liked that CoverGirl formula and I wanted it in more of a bronzer shade, so I got one in Sculpted. So you can see how that's very warm and that's very cool. So I'll use this more as like a bronzer. Then I love this one from ABH. It's their Halftone Smooth Blur Contour. I'm running out of room here. Let's see. Gorgeous. Truly, I think this is now my favorite compared to like Biscuit. I love this ABH one, and it's so creamy, so smooth, easy to blend. I don't know that I love this square circular packaging, but it's pretty. And then I have a contour stick from Morphe. This is newer. This is in Flicker, part of their Sudden Heat bronzer line. And then I have a couple of highlights. I have one from Palladio. You can get this at Sally's. This is in I'm Glowing. It's very like pinky. I don't know. I don't love it, but like I don't hate it. I don't know. Not my favorite. And then I have one from Ulta Beauty Collection. I think this came in some sort of like gift set. This is in Pixie Dust. I'm not sure that this is one you can even get, but I like it and I don't have any like it. If you can kind of see it right here. So I keep on using it, but I'm not even sure you can buy that. And then I did pick up from CoverGirl, part of that same skin enhancer line, this one in Moonlight. Very pretty, kind of, that's a terrible swatch because it's clinging to my arm hairs. Let me see if I can get you a better swatch. There you go. See, real pretty. So those are all of the stick formulas. Let's pop over to these. I just gotta clean off all these swatches. All right, I think I got everything cleaned off good enough. All right, so over here we have creams and liquid products. So starting back here, I have from Jaclyn, the I'm Ethereal Vanity Light Glazed Luminizer. Can't get this anymore, unfortunately, but I do really like this for like a glowy, creamy, like skin glow type highlight. It's pretty, kind of sticky on your face, but if you put a powder on top of it, you still have the glow without the stickiness, so I like it. Then we've got this duo from LA Girl. It's the On Cloud 9 Bouncy Blush and Bronzer. I always have a pet peeve with these where they put them as a duo because I like this bronzer shade, don't like the blush. I would have picked a different blush, but that's okay. The texture's really interesting. Really interesting. So it gets points for that. I love the bronzer, and the blush isn't bad. It's just not exactly what I wanted. You know, it's a little bit more peach and I wanted more of like a cool tone pink, but I love the bronzer and the texture is so fun. I don't have anything like it. It does feel very cloud-like. It's so interesting. All right, I've got Stila Kitten in the Heaven's Hue highlighter. This is newer to me. I've only had it for about a year. really neat. It's one of those that has like kind of a bouncy texture. It's definitely more of like a cream to powder type situation. Really gorgeous. Beautiful on the cheeks. Highlight. Love this one. This is a standout cream product to me. Then I have this cream blush from Honest. It is the Plum Berry Cream Cheek and Lip Color. I've actually never worn it on my cheeks, but I have worn it on my lips, and I liked it on my lips. I think that'd be very intense on my cheeks. I'd have to be very careful, but it is a fun, balmy color I've put on my lips before. So yeah, I'll keep you posted if I use that on my cheeks or not. I have a MAC Go Play Blush and Blush Please. I recently just decluttered the others in my collection because they were looking kind of yucky. I've had them for a while, but I love this Blush Please. I think it's my favorite shade. Then I also have Blush Mallow Soft Blusher from JCat Beauty. This is a fun one. This is another one that feels kind of like this LA Girl product where it's sort of creamy, sort of smooth, powdery feeling, and it's a very fun, vibrant pink blush. I really enjoy using this one. I think it's super fun. And then I have one blush from Merit. This feels very lightweight, cheap to me, which is annoying since it's so expensive. This is in Rouge. It's my only red blush, but fun to have something different. Haven't gotten to play with that too much yet. I have one of the liquid blushes from L'Oreal, their Lumi blushes. This is in Glowy True Rose. So this is supposed to be like the Rare Beauty blushes where you only need a little bit and it's really pretty and kind of pearly and pigmented. I've enjoyed this one so far. I'd be interested in maybe another shade. I'm not sure this is my favorite shade, but I like it well enough at least. Then I have a Maybelline Sun-Kissed blush. This is in Blazing Blush. It's like their cool tone pink. Really love this one for, again, that like baby pink cool tone blush. Really like that. Now, I did try putting this on after I got a spray tan and it looked terrible. So unless you do have very cool skin, it might not look so great on you because it looked terrible when I had a spray tan. And then I have a couple of the Camo Liquid Blush Bronzers from e.l.f. This is Bold Faced Lilac, another great like cool tone. Look at that, pretty cool tone purple. I think it's such a unique shade. And then I have the bronzer in Fair. Really like this liquid bronzer. It is definitely like a good contour kind of gray tone shade. And then I have one liquid highlight in Sunbeam from Tarte. If you watch any of my videos, you know this is a favorite of mine. I love it so much. It is my most used like highlight if I'm using cream products. So there you have it. I need to clean off all these swatches now. All right, so we've got everything laid out here. This is a drawer that I could use better organization with, and I might need to play around with the containers that I still have and see if I can rework anything because it's just not quite right. You know what I mean? Like this is overflowing, and this little tiny container has pencil eyeliners, liquid eyeliners, crayon sticks, cream, shadows, brow products. Like there's too much in this one little tiny container. So I wonder if I can even rework what I have, but that's not today. We're not organizing, we're just looking at what I got. So let's dive in. We'll start with the one that's overflowing. This is my newest to my collection eyeliner. I did a reel on this if you missed it. It's the NYX Professional Makeup Cello liner in Raven. This is with the Wednesday launch from NYX. It's a really deep purple liner. I will give it a swatch for you. I have been on the hunt for a great purple liquid, and this is definitely the closest I've gotten. It's still not what I really want in a purple liner. I want a pen purple liner, so if you know of one, let me know. But this definitely is the rich color I was looking for. If you can still get your hands on it, I would. I have not found something with this rich color until now. I've got the ABH Brow Pomade. This is probably pretty old, but honestly, it's still, like, it's not dried up, so I'm gonna keep using it. Mine's in taupe. Every now and then I reach for that. Very close to using up the Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer. Really, really close to using that up. So that's exciting. I've got the Wet n Wild Mega Stay Extreme Hold Brow Gel. I would not recommend this. It's very crispy, crunchy in your brows, flaky, not good. I probably just need to pitch it. Newest addition to my brow collection from the 21 Days of Beauty sale, the Benefit Precisely My Brow Wax. I got it just since it was 50% off. I got mine in the shade 2.5. This is a dupe for the Maybelline Brow Sculpt, I think is what it's called. So you could save even more money by getting that. The Ulta Beauty Collection Micro Felt Tip Liner in black. Do you see how tiny the tip is? It is felt though. Not my preference typically, but I was just curious to try it. It is a very black line. We'll see if it dries down matte. I can't remember. NYX Professional Epic Ink Liner. This is in dark chocolate. What I do like about this, oh, it is starting to dry matte, by the way. What I like about the Ulta line is that it is a brush tip, if you're able to see that. And they have lots of different shades. I'm sorry, this is not Ulta, this is the NYX. Brush tip and lots of different shades of browns. So depending on the kind of brown you want, this is the lightest brown I have, which I do really like. So that's very nice. I've got the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil in 2.5. So I've been using these together as of late. My pug just came in. If you're hearing snorting, she's joining us. This is a new addition to my collection from Morphe. It is the Solo Artist Priming Cream Eyeshadow Base in Debut. I think this is the second lightest. Very similar to a MAC paint pot. However, I believe this is creamier. I like it a little better. It's got a little bit of pink to it. I've been actually really enjoying even wearing this on its own on my lid. It's a really pretty like pink soft matte that just brightens nicely. I've been enjoying that. I might be interested in getting some different shades. All right, I've got a bunch of shadow sticks. See, there's no rhyme or reason to this. Okay, the Urban Decay Naked Eyeshadow Stick in Top Off. I love this. Love, love, love. Look at that, sparkly, gorgeous. I've been really enjoying this. This is a newer launch. Also have the Too Faced crayon stick. This is the Quickie Queen Cream Eyeshadow Stick in Fairy Dust. I think this is like a more pink version of that Urban Decay one. See that? See how that's very like ivory-ish, and this is very pink. Both gorgeous. I reached for these a lot lately. I have the Sigma Eyeshadow Base Primer. I got that from the recommendation of my friend Monica on YouTube. I'll have her channel linked. I haven't even gotten to play with it much because, actually hardly at all. I think I've used it one time because I'm trying to use up that Ulta primer. I'm so determined to use that up. So got that. It's very yellow. You can see that Morphe one's very pink. This is very yellow. I have a couple cream shadows from Ulta Beauty Collection. This is the Longwear Matte Cream Eyeshadow. This is in the shade Flower Power. I'll give it a quick swatch. It's got a doe foot applicator. Really nice, like, matte lid shade. I actually really like that on the lid. Then I have a pearly version in vinyl, I think it is. And this is like a pretty like champagne-y pink. Really gorgeous, like all over the lid. I don't use those enough. I want to play more with liquids. All right, here's my MAC paint pot that I have in soft ochre. Honestly, I would skip getting the MAC paint pot and go for the Morphe and save yourself some money. But look, it's exactly the same shade as the Sigma primer stick. So anyways, there's that. I've got my NYX Yogurt Jumbo Pencil. This is my absolute fave. Look at that. So similar to the Too Faced. So honestly, seeing those side by side, like you could almost like connect the line. Look at that. They're identical. So save your money, get the NYX yogurt. If I had known, I would have returned the Too Faced. Too Faced is really nice, but come on, let's save some money. All right, we got some pencil liners. See, we're all over the place. This is the Essence Stay and Play Waterproof Long Lasting and Very Berry. Great, rich, like eggplanty purple. I hope the sound is okay here. I'm sitting in kind of a weird angle adjacent to my microphone, so I hope I'm not like going in and out yelling at you. I really hope not. All right, another pencil liner, Urban Decay 24/7 in Demolition. I love this liner. Excellent rich brown. I've actually used one of these up completely and repurchased. And I have a 24/7 in Rockstar. Another rich purple. Got a little tiny flecks of some sparkle in it that you see every now and then. Let's see, what else? I've got a Kiko Milano Long Lasting Eyeshadow Stick. In the shade 90. I believe it's 90 or it's 60, I don't know. It's a pretty bronze. That'd be a great like all over lid color in the fall in particular. Then I have another Kiko Milano, and this one is matte. It's in the shade 10. Really good. I think it might look nice with this Morphe, like in the crease with that on the lid. I think that could look really nice together. Then I've got a Maybelline Tattoo Studio Dip Ink in Burgundy Boost. This was another decent purple option. It's got a felt tip applicator and it bleeds compared to the NYX. Can you see how it bled into the lines of my hand pretty fast? I don't typically experience that on my eyelids, of course, because you don't really have these lines on your eyelid, but this one definitely is more burgundy. And the next one's more plum. So if you can still get your hands on that one from the Wednesday collection, I would. All right, I've got a Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in Moonlight. This is gorgeous. This is what my taupe dreams are made of right here. Look at that. I do not use that enough. It's absolutely stunning. Then a NYX Epic Ink in black. Love that. Too Faced Better Than Sex liner in black, deepest black. For a long time, this was my holy grail. I still really like it. It has, this one's starting to dry up a little bit. It has the richest, thinnest, sharpest point brush applicator, so I love that. And if you can get it on sale, I would. I did stock up an extra on this during like the last time it was on 21 Days of Beauty, and I love it. I have another NYX Jumbo Pencil in Lavender. Gorgeous lavender shade. Too Faced Better Than Sex in the chocolate. Love that. That's truly my favorite brown liner right now. I've gone through several of these already. I've got Essence Long Lasting in Black Raven. Barely used that, but every now and then I like to have a black pencil liner, and this is a really affordable way to have that. I've got the Flower Forever Wear Winged Liner in Dark and Stormy. Don't love this one. I'll probably end up decluttering it. It's a felt tip brown. The color's great. I just don't like felt tip applicators. Then I've got the Milani Stay Put matte liner. Give it a swatcheroo. This applicator also pretty difficult to work with in my opinion. Kind of gets on the tips of your eyelashes. But it is very matte, so that's nice, but kind of hard to apply. I've got an ABH eye primer. I've got this Elizabeth Mott Thank Me Later eye primer. When I realized I was running very low on this, I got really fixated on wanting to try something completely different, so now I have way too many eye primers. I also have the NYX Glitter Primer. I've got this really fun LA Girl glitter liner. That's kind of got like a pinky shift, like iridescent pink shift to it. Really fun to pop in like the inner corner. Really like using that. This is truly my favorite though from Essence, the Eye Sparkle. I absolutely love this so much. It's so beautiful, just like subtle, soft. You see how that one's really pink and this one's more like pearly. Absolutely love that. I love popping this on the inner corner of my eye. And then this should be with my mascara, and this is in ABH Clear Brow Gel. So you can see that one little tiny container held a lot that I probably need to be separating. So let's move on. Next bin has single shadows and some small palettes. This probably needs to go with my larger palettes. It's new to me from Milani. It's the Gilded Mini in the Wind Down. Recently picked it up from Target. I just love this kind of color palette so much. Pretty plums and purples. Like these shimmers are so beautiful. That plum, not as pigmented, but that, oh my gosh, so nice. So this was trying to be smaller, like 4-pan or less little tiny palettes, and then single shadows. So this is from Glossier, and it's a 3-pan monochromes in jute. Very pretty for a basic eye. If you want this kind of like taupey, subtle kind of shadow, you get 2 sparkly ones. Well, this one's more of like a satin. This is like a sparkle, and this is a matte. Really simple eye look, very like travel friendly. I feel like it could be a smaller compact, but that's okay. All right, then I've got CoverGirl Eye Enhancer Shimmering Sands. Emily Noel recently inspired me to pick this up. I've got, oh, this is a Milani Brow Fix. I love this. This thing is so old, probably like 12 years old, but I still reach for it and use it. I have my original not original, but the 3-pan, they don't make anymore, Walking on Eggshells. I do still pull this out from time to time. In my opinion, this is the best version of this particular shade, and this shade right here is why I loved Walking on Eggshells, and they did change it. I've swatched this next to their updated version, and I do like that the updated version have mattes, but this shade is different. So I still hold on to my 3-pan. Elf Bite Sized I Love You a Latte. This is excellent if you need a very simple matte palette. If these are gonna work for you, pick it up because it's so affordable and it's the colors that you need. I've got 2 quads from LA Girl. I have one that is all matte. I would say this is more cool tone to this one. You see they're similar, but this one leans more cool with the exception of that shade. So if that's helpful. I do like these decently well. And then this one has this beautiful like eye topper shimmer up there. I'll give it a swatch for you. Really gorgeous lid shade. Really beautiful, with the mattes being really nice. So I don't think you can get those at Ulta, at least not at my store. I found mine at CVS. All right, I've got this fun little 5-pan palette that my friend Anna gave me. I need to do a fun fall look with it. Doesn't that look so fun for fall? Not really colors that I typically use, so it'll be fun to go out of my comfort zone with some of these. I swatched the mattes recently and they are very, very nice. I've got the Physicians Formula. I don't know what this is called. It's just like their shimmer brick. They're literally all sparkly, shimmery, beautiful like toppers that you could use or by themselves. You would probably need the NYX glitter stuff because they are kind of glittery and I do experience some fallout, but they're still very thin, really nice. This I was going to return, but I think I've missed my window. This is the ColourPop Super Shock in Sailor. I love the Super Shock shadows. I have several. This one just felt kind of like maybe it was old and dry to me. It's kind of pressed hard. Like I wasn't getting a ton of great feedback. It's like dried up. I don't know. Or it's just really, really subtle. You can't hardly see it at all. So there's that one. Then I also have Ritz, which is gorgeous. Love that one. Love Ritz so much. Look, it's really similar to that shade in the LA Girl palette. The LA Girl one is sparklier, I think. I've got Frog. I think Frog might be my favorite. It's like a pink glitter. I love Frog. And then Ladybird is also absolutely gorgeous. More of like a pearly color. Love that. I love these on the lid. So, so beautiful. I've got 3 of the L'Oreal Infallible shadows. I've got Amber Rush, which is the dupe for MAC Tan. Love that. I have Burst Into Bloom, the pretty purple. I don't really use that much. I need to. And Iced Latte. Out of the 3, I used Amber Rush the most, but they're all gorgeous. Then I have a glitter from Ulta Beauty. This is like a glitter topper. I really like this one in Buttercream. It's super pretty. I'm getting so glittery, it's gonna be kind of hard to tell. Love that one, very soft. I've got 2 singles from Urban Decay. I have Fix, a nice matte. Just a really nice kind of camel-y matte color. And then I have Sin, which is part of like the Naked palette. I love this shade here. So like those 2 together, pretty nice. And then of course I have Stila Kitten. Who doesn't? Oh my gosh. That is wild. Then my friend Anna recently gave me this Flower Chrome Crush Pressed Pigment. It's this pretty purpley shade. It's not as pigmented as I'd like. It looks a little bit more blue. It looks like it's gonna be super pigmented, very soft. It's just kind of subtle. See that? It's just not as poppy as I would like. I believe I had another shade in this previously and experienced the same thing. I just don't think they're that pigmented, unfortunately. I've got MAC All That Glitters. This is my original. I believe this is one of the 2 single MAC shadows that I ever bought from like the MAC store. Maybe I got this from the counter. I don't remember. I also bought Soft Brown at the same time because, you know, Jaclyn Hill, who at least everyone that I knew learned eyeshadow from, and you know, back when she was still in her apartment, and she always talked about Soft Brown, so those were the 2 I bought. And then Sweet Heat, real similar to that L'Oreal Infallible, real similar, like almost exactly the same, but I love Sweet Heat from MAC. And then I have Omega, which is a matte as well, which I don't really use much. It's more of a cool tone though, so I do like that. Then hiding back here, I have this loose glitter. This is from Too Faced. It came when I bought my Vegas Nay palette when I turned 24. I specifically remember because I used that palette for my 24th birthday. So this is extremely old, and I think I've only used it once, but it is the only loose glitter that I have, and therefore I'm terrified to get rid of it in case I want to use it. So it lives back here permanently in my collection. Oh, I do have this single shadow from Wet n Wild. It's Brulee. I recently finished off mine and opened this one. So yeah, great shadow there. Let's go through mascara because I know this is a long video. I love mascara. It is one of my very favorite things to try. That and eyeshadow palettes. I just love, love, love everything about it. So I've got a lot open at once, which is ridiculous. I just do, okay? I've got the Dior Overcurl. Don't love this. Wanted to return it. Found out that Sephora now only has a 30-day return policy, and I missed my window. So I'm gonna use it anyways, but it's not that great and expensive. I've got the Essence Volume Booster Lash Primer. This is a white primer. It's pretty darn good for the price if you want a primer. I also have the CoverGirl Lash Blast Amplify Primer. I think this is truly my favorite lash primer. And then I have the CoverGirl Lash Blast Fusion, a nice blast to the past. Excellent rubber bristle mascara. I've got the Maybelline Bubble Colossal. I really love this mascara. It's kind of a messy like stopper in there, and the brush is kind of strange, but I really love how my lashes look with this. They are very like big, defined, thick black lashes. I really like it, and I think the packaging is really fun. The e.l.f. lash extender is like the Thrive Cosmetics, what is it? What's it called? Tubing mascara. It even looks like it, same colors, right? This truly will not flake or smudge. If you have a problem with that, you need a tubing mascara. This e.l.f. one is really great for that. The Revlon Colorstay Full-Time Mascara is honestly the best mascara they've had in a hot second. I have it in it's a curved wand. I think this is brown. Black brown. I really like this mascara. I think it's really good. My friend wore it all day in Disney and didn't have any trouble with it smudging or flaking. I think it's a great mascara, and definitely one that's probably overlooked because Revlon typically doesn't have great mascaras. So something to consider. I've got the Maybelline Define-A-Lash, which is a great affordable natural option if you want very, very natural lashes. I think this is a great one for a beginner or like a middle schooler looking to just dabble in a little bit of mascara for the day. It's just enough to kind of define things, but not so much that you're gonna look crazy. Great natural looking mascara. Recently picked up the Rare Beauty mascara. Finally, thank you, Monica. I finally was able to get my hands on this. You kept telling me to try it. I do really like it. I do not have any trouble with flaking or smudging. I wish that it gave me slightly more defined lashes. It's not quite as like big of a lash as I really want, but it doesn't flake or smudge. So it wins so many points for that. And I like the packaging. I've got the Maybelline Lash Discovery Waterproof, that really tiny little like lower lash mascara. I like this fine. It's not my favorite, honestly. I prefer my MAC Giga Black Lash. It's got a little bit of a longer wand, but very skinny too. I still prefer this on my lower lashes. Then I've got the L'Oreal Paradise Big Deal mascara. I really like this one too. Rubber wand, really great mascara. I've got the Smashbox Super Fan. This is probably old, it needs to go. It's real clumpy. Do you see? I just pulled that out and look how clumpy that is on the end. It is a messy mascara. You see that clumping up there? I don't love this. I think it's just gonna go after this video. We're gonna throw that away. Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Platinum. I honestly like the regular Lights Camera Lashes the best. I don't know what makes this one so great. I think the original is better. I like the packaging though. Okay, love this Flower Beauty Dream Warrior mascara. If you can find it, buy it. It looks so unassuming. I honestly thought it would be a terrible mascara in my video and was pleasantly surprised. I really love what this does to your lashes. Really great, affordable mascara. Don't overlook it. Then I have the CoverGirl Super Cloud mascara, curved wand, rubber bristles. I haven't used it enough to know how I feel about that, but I do like the packaging. I think it's really fun. And then I have the newer Dior mascara. Love the packaging on this. It's like quilted, really fun. This is Va Va Voom mascara. This is like thick black lashes. You are gonna look like you have the craziest falsies on. When I want a dramatic black lash, this is what I'm reaching for. Really great. And then I have two that are not yet opened. I have another one of the Revlon in black brown, because that's what my friend, so I gave this to my friend in Disney when she forgot to pack a mascara. I had brought two, so I gave her mine because I barely used it. I was like, this one shouldn't be bad. Like it's good. I haven't used it a lot. So I gave it to her. Then when I got back home, I repurchased it because it looked so great on her the whole time. I wanted to get it again, and then she bought me another one. So I have two. And then I have the CoverGirl Professional 3-in-1. I was more just curious. I remember my mom wearing this a long time ago, and I just wanted to pick up something different and cheap, so I haven't opened this one yet, but I will soon. This is my fullest drawer that has like smaller eye palettes. The one below it has ones that are too large to stand up. They have to lay down. So let's just dive in. Right on the top, I have my LA Girl Nudie Cutie palette. I don't believe you can buy this anymore, but I do love this shade. I think the palette, the LA Girl formula is really special in my opinion, and one that isn't talked about enough. Love that. This is newer to me. This is the Laura Geller Supernatural palette, the wearables, and it has 3 face products as well. So it's got some good mattes and shimmers, as well as a highlight and 2 blushes, which feels fun. I picked this up for like $7 at TJ Maxx. The shimmers aren't as pigmented as I want them to be on the eyes, but overall I think it was a very good affordable palette. If you see a Laura Geller palette at TJ Maxx, I'd encourage you to pick it up. I've got the ColourPop Fame palette. This is my favorite ColourPop palette that they've ever made. I wore this on my wedding day 7 years ago, almost to the day, and I love, love, love this palette so much. I've got the Unveiled palette by Sydney Grace. This is the lighter version for light skin tones. Really beautiful palette, meant to be geared towards bridal looks. I've got the Dreamy Dozen Volume 2 by Lawless. Beautiful warm tone palette. Another Laura Geller. This is the Fresh Florals palette. I love this in the spring. It's just so light and airy with a fun color pop of green. I love this palette, and I reach for it quite a bit in the spring, summer months. From Juvia's Place, I have the Violets. Probably the best purple palette you can get your hands on. If you like purple shadows, you absolutely need this if you don't have it already. This is my Buxom Dolly's Wild Side eyeshadow palette. This is old, and I have used a lot of this. I'm surprised I haven't hit pan yet. I'm very close to hitting pan on several of the shades, I think. I can really see a lot of the silver pan around as I'm looking at it, and a lot of dents, specifically in this shade here. I love this palette. I just wore it the other day and it still hits home. It's definitely old, but I'm still using it. I've got this small palette from Too Faced, Born This Way Cold Smolder Nudes. It's their mini ice smolder palette. Cool tone, mini, good for travel palette. Just picked this up at Sephora and I love it. I'm so glad I did. It's the Huda Beauty matte palette. This is the Cool Matte Obsessions, and it's gorgeous. If you like those plummy, mauvey, pinky shades, I'm loving this so far. I don't even typically like matte palettes, but that one I like. I have the Wonder Beauty in Neutral eyeshadow palette. You can get this fairly inexpensively on Amazon, and I love this palette. It is so beautiful. The shimmers are gorgeous. I've got the Pretty Grunge palette by Huda Beauty. This one's newer to me. I haven't gotten a chance to play with it a ton, but I do really like it for a fun, cool tone, kind of smoky palette. Really fun to use. Got Catrice, the Pure Nude eyeshadow palette. A great, small, affordable option if you just need some basics to get you a good eye look with maybe a few variations from day to day. This is incredible. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on the Catrice website, and they have a couple other color stories of this as well. I know Emily Noel loves these. I have the Viseart matte palette. This is natural matte. Oh, I'm sorry, neutral matte. I don't get a lot of use out of this. I wanted it so badly. Everyone had it. I should have just saved my Sonia Kashuk that looked like this from years ago, but I didn't. I gave that one to my sister-in-law, I think, because she actually used it. This was very expensive and not one I reach for a lot. Maybe I should try to figure out how to use it. the Balm Miss Nude York. I love this cool tone, pinky, mauvey palette. It is excellent. I get a lot of use out of this one. I love it. I just love the balm. Got the ColourPop Cloud 9 palette. Talk about a fun cool tone palette. I've gotten really into cool tone palettes recently. I've always preferred cool tone palettes, and lately I'm leaning into it even harder, and this is really fun. Oh, I love this palette. This is the Smashbox palette in Petal Metal. Oh my gosh. This is definitely old, and these shadows, this is one that I like to just sit and swatch for fun. They are so buttery, so creamy, so pigmented, absolutely stunning shades. And I do like to wear it from time to time. Got this cute little mini Natasha Denona set. This is a 5-pan Starlit palette. My friend gave me this for Christmas last year. Really fun, cutie little palette. I've got the Forever Babe Iconic Nudes palette from Buxom. I definitely prefer the old formula to this new formula, but this is still a really fun palette that I like to reach for. Got this Clio palette that I got from Amazon. I think it was Rach Loves that talked about this. It's mostly matte. This is this like one shimmery topper. These are all very light, very matte shades, and I actually reach for this the most if I want an all matte look. I have this palette from Pure Cosmetics. I got this off Amazon. My mother-in-law gave it to me for Christmas. It was just when I was really looking again for those cool tone shades, and this is cool tone for sure. So a fun one to play with when I want a very cool eye look. I love this palette. This is the Vizart Cashmere palette, and it is gorgeous. The purples in here, stunning. The mattes are beautiful. I love everything about this palette. I reach for it quite a bit. This should probably be up with my single shadows. This little quad from Flower. This is Petal Play. So another cool tone leaning palette. Really beautiful. I showcased this in that Flower Beauty video if you want to see that. Got this palette from Sephora, the I Love palette. This is very old. It is the Light Cool eyeshadow palette, and I love this one. I actually travel with this quite a bit. When I just need to simplify my eye look, I reach for this. I love it so much. Sorry you can't get it. I mean, you probably could on Macari or something. All right, I've got the By Mario Ethereal Eyes. This is the original. Actually, don't reach for it much. I do like the Moonlight palette that came out last year, which is more cool tone. I reach for it more often. They are both beautiful, but honestly, I don't think I needed to buy either of them. Yet here we are, and I have both of them. This palette from BH Cosmetics, Love in London, is a true favorite. Look how much pan I hit on Scone, and I just hit pan on Big Ben. I love, 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 love this palette. I actually bought it used off of Mercari. As soon as I hit pan in a couple of those shades, I was like, I need a backup. I love this palette. I have the old packaging of the Ulta Beauty Everyday Faves. Love that palette as well. Gorgeous palette, excellent formula. You can still buy this palette, it's just an updated look. I've got a pocket palette from Sephora. This is the Cold Brown Tones. Also love this palette. Can't get this anymore. Sorry about that. I have a lot of old stuff. Got a lot of old stuff, you guys, and I use it anyways. I don't care. I've got like almost all the Lorac Pro palettes. I think I do have all of them actually. I believe this is the second one. I've hit pan and nectar. I'm real close to hitting pan and buff. I've got a huge dent in beige. I just love this palette. This is a great one. I've got, this is the third one. Love this one as well. Really beautiful, huge dent in pewter. You can see how much I've used this palette with how dirty it is. I love these Lorac palettes. I still reach for them all the time. And then this is the fourth one. I probably use this one the least out of all of them, but also really beautiful, and I love it. I just love the can't talk. I love the Lorac formula. And here's my original Lorac Pro. Love this one too. Oh, I remember getting this and being so thrilled to have it. I just love these Lorac palettes. All right, I also have the Noir palette, which I barely used, was going to declutter it, and then I rescued it from my declutter bin just recently and did a look with it and absolutely fell in love. These shimmers are also gorgeous. So I'm happy to get that. I think you can still buy this, I think. I got a Zoeva palette in taupe. I got this one, I think, from Mercari, another good cool tone palette. Haven't played too much with it, but I do like it. Got a custom Buxom palette when they had this old packaging where you could buy singles and build your own. And I love this one too. I still like my Dolly one better, but this one's also really great. And I custom built this palette. 3 mattes, 3 shimmers. Love this. Got my Naked 2 palette. This is, oh, one's popping out. Oh dear. Oh dear. Never had that happen. Go back in. This was a Christmas gift the first year my husband and I were together. So this is 10 years old. Going on 11, I guess. Yeah, we're up there in age. So this one's lived with me for a long time. My ABH Sultry palette. I just don't love any of the ABH palettes like everyone else does. I know they're so popular. They're just not quite for me. I've decluttered like all of my other palettes except for Sultry. This was the one that I kept, and I still just don't reach for it much. I've got this palette from Collab that has been around with me for a very long time, and it stays with me declutter after declutter because you look at it and it looks unassuming, and then I swatch it and it's incredible and I love it and I keep it and I'm like, it's a fall palette, and then I never wear it in the fall, but I love it. So it stays. This is the new Urban Decay that just recently relaunched. I still have my original Urban Decay, and I actually have a backup that I bought from Mercari of the original Urban Decay. But then just after I bought that one, they re-released it. So I do have this newer version in my drawer, but I do still have my original that is probably 15 years old, and it's not leaving me anytime ever. No, I'm keeping it forever. I also have this Smashbox Cover Shot Punked Eye palette, which is like the cool tone version. A lot more matte shades in here, but beautiful cool tone palette. Love this. I've got the Balm palette. This is the mail order special delivery to just in time palette. Love this. They have a few different colorways. Just a simple 6-pan palette with more rosy hues to it. I really enjoy this palette a lot. This is something you can get currently, like I said. And I have this Vizart Paris palette. This is the Praline or Praline palette. This is newer and absolutely gorgeous. Can't wait to use this for fall. These beautiful bronzy and gold tones. Gorgeous palette. Got the Huda Icy Nude palette. Another great cool tone. You see where I'm going with this? I got a lot of cool tone palettes. If you want to see any specific videos on these palettes, let me know. I'm happy to do them. I have the Meet Matrimony palette. Love that for an all matte palette. It's a fun one to play with. Got the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude. This is definitely my favorite of her palettes. I've actually sold my others that I had on Mercari. And I have this Morphe palette. This is something you can get right now. This is the Rose Frequency palette. Gorgeous rosy pink palette. Got this Ofra Mini Mix palette. I haven't used this a whole lot. It's got one shimmer, a bunch of fun matte shades, and then a blush, bronzer, and highlight. I got this last year around the holidays when it was really cheap on Ulta. I have not gotten to play with it enough. I've got the Knobless Side by Side palette. Another fun, like bronzy, golden with also like a whole row of cool tones down here. Fun palette, beautiful shimmers. I've got a Marc Jacobs palette in Glambition. Really pretty, kind of cool tone with mostly cool tone palette. Really pretty. I like this one for good simple looks. It's one that I travel with. I've got the By Mario Master Mattes The Neutrals palette. I like this one. This one is the more like cool tone leaning palette. I think I gave my other one to my sister-in-law or I sold it. I can't remember exactly. This is one that I cannot bring myself to declutter. It is the Kylie Cosmetics, the Kris palette, the Kris Jenner palette. Talk about cool tone. Love it. Love it. Love it. Cannot declutter. Love it. And then I have this Haus Labs palette. I bought it specifically for this shade here. I don't think this is sold anymore. I got it at Sephora like 2 Christmases ago. I've barely used it, but I love that shade. My battery's dying, so we are gonna speed through the rest. I've got 4 of the Lorac Mega Pros. I think that's all of them. I actually just bought all of these. Actually, no, I'm missing the first one. So I still need to get the first one. I got these off Mercari. So I've got 3. They still all had their protective covering, though they were gently used. So I have the 3rd one, the 4th one. They came in a bundle. This is the one I'm least excited about. It's weirdly colorful. The 2nd, I like this one quite a bit. The 4th, I love this one actually. The 4th is really good. And then I need to get my hands on the first one. I don't have the first one. Okay, then I have the ColourPop Stone Cold Fox. Love that for a big cool tone. Like if you just need one good cool tone palette, this is it. The mattes, the shimmers, beautiful, love, affordable, excellent palette. This is my Z palette that has all sorts of different things. Inglot, Sydney Grace. I think there's maybe some BH Cosmetics in here. Oh, these are from Sephora. Gorgeous, gorgeous shades from Sephora. So this is a fun one to play in. Again, very cool toned. Love those cool tones. I've got Makeup Geek matte shadows, and then Shimma Shimma is in here. I got this when her line was going out of business and I stocked up on all of them. So that's a fun one to have. I have this Zoeva Nude Spectrum palette. I love this one. I don't believe this is sold anymore, but I really enjoy it. The quality of Zoeva shadows are just so buttery soft. Oh, I still have the Natasha Denona bronze palette. I'm going very fast now. Yeah, I don't know about this. This is so warm. I probably need to sell this. It is crazy warm. I think I only bought it because it's when they launched something that was fairly affordable and I was like, I need Natasha Denona. All right, I have this Pat McGrath palette. This one's really fun. It's the Celestial Nirvana, and I love this when I want to do a colorful look. It is fun. I have a look on my Instagram where I use this, and I just am obsessed with it. And then I have this smaller Pat McGrath palette. Both of these I found at TJ Maxx. I'm never paying full price. I have my original Jaclyn Hill palette. This shade down here broke, which is such a bummer because it just makes a mess, but never getting rid of that. I've got the Violet Voss Pro palette. A little bit warmer than I like, but I like that palette. And then I have my Tartelette palette. And that's everything. I do have a makeup graveyard of palettes if you'd be interested in seeing things that I've kept for nostalgia, but like are really, really too old to use, or I just don't like them, but I don't want to get rid of them. Let me know. I'd be happy to go through that makeup graveyard. I have this one organizer for all my lip products. I love this organizer. It works perfect for it. I got it at TJ Maxx. I have everything categorized. So we have sticks up here, like crayon sticks, liquid lips and tints, lip glosses with 2 little straggler lipsticks, and I have lipsticks and lip liners in here. So let's go category by category. We'll start with the sticks. I have the Neutrogena Moisture Smooth Color Stick in Nude Almond. This is my favorite nude lip that I have. It works perfect for me. I was just at Walmart though, and I didn't see these, so I hope they're not discontinued, but they might be. I have the Slim Stick from Essence in Hot Chili, a very vibrant blue-toned red. I've had great staying power with these as well, and they're very affordable. And then I have quite a few of the Maybelline Superstay ink crayons. I love this line. They're probably my favorite crayon that you can get. I have Chase Your Dreams, 150. Accept a Dare, pretty berry color. Lead the Way. Oop, I've used Lead the Way a lot. I had to twist it up. A good like nude again, like a pinky nude. Treat Yourself, a fun hot pink. And Laugh Louder, which I don't wear very often, but when I do, what a fun bright orange. So great shades there. All of these are those crayon sticks. If you haven't tried a Maybelline crayon stick, where are you? These are incredible. They're the best. The best. Let's move on over here to stains and liquid lips. I have two from Stila. I have Melee Shimmer. I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure. Don't get on me if that's wrong. It's like a good fall, like deep, almost brownish shade, kind of a mauve, kind of fun. And then I have a red in Fiery. It's kind of a messy applicator, but what a great red that is. Quite nice. And you see this one has a little bit of a shimmer in it. All right, then I have the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Tint. I thought I was buying their new lip stain. I was not. It's whatever this is. You have to like push it up. The first time I used it, it dripped on my shirt. You really got to push it up. Okay, I think it's starting to come out. I don't love this. I wanted to return this also, but again, I was past that 30-day window. Didn't know they changed their policy. Okay, now it's coming out. Yeah, I didn't love this. It says it's a lip tint, but it wore off pretty quickly. It's very, very liquidy, so you see it bleeding into my hand. I didn't really care for this. I could see myself decluttering this pretty quickly. I have two of the Rimmel London Provocalips. I have Not Guilty. This one's Not Guilty. Very rich, like a berry color. And then I have this really deep, dark, vampy one in Firecracker. This is the one where you put the liquid lip on. Another coat of this looks very, very vampy on the lips. You put this on and then you get a gloss to put on top of it to keep it moisturizing. So I do like those for like a vampy kind of look. And a couple things from Flower. I have, I don't know what this one's called. Oh, Perfect Pout Soft Matte Lip Color in Punch. I really do like a good, like, bright lip like that. I think they're just really fun. I think the packaging of this is really great. I love this, like, frosted glass look. Really pretty. And then I have three lip stains from Flower. I used to love these back in the day. Like during COVID times. I haven't used this one yet or swatched it. This one's in Tempt. These really do give your lips like a good stain that lasts. I don't know that that's my favorite shade. I like this one coming up though. This is in Sass. Really fun, cool tone, like purple. And these, like I said, they do stain your lips pretty good and leave you with some nice color. And then Sweet is also a good one. These are a little bit harder to find. I think I ordered mine from Ulta. It's just harder to find Flower Beauty these days. I definitely like Sweet and what's that one? Tempt? Sass, the best. So there are those flower ones. All right, then we need to move on to, let's swatch the glosses and then I'll move on to lipsticks. I'll clean my arm. All right, I've got the Buxom Gloss in Dolly. This is a absolute favorite lip gloss of mine. It's a holy grail. I don't want to be without it. I know there are similar ones out there. I just love this one so much. I wore it on my wedding day. It's got a special place in my heart. I've got a CoverGirl Clean Fresh Yummy Gloss in But First a Cosmo. These are truly just clear. They have a tiny bit of tint to it, but not enough to really do a whole lot for your lips, but they smell really great and they're a fun clear gloss. So those are great. Essence has extremely affordable lip glosses. I love their formula. This one's pretty in pink. It's a pink with like some sparkle to it. Really pretty. No plumping quality to this. It's just like a nice gloss. Got this one from Kiko Milano. This is 3D Hydra Gloss in the shade number 19. My friend brought this back to me when she went to Europe last year. So that was really fun. It's like a nude gloss. I think the packaging on that's real pretty. I have a NYX Butter Gloss in Strawberry Cheesecake. These NYX Butter Glosses, man, do they take me back to YouTube days, like beginning YouTube days. Just a fun, bright pink, opaque gloss. These are the best if you want a color to your gloss. Then I have the Wet n Wild Lip Oil in Cocoa Rose. Kind of messy when you pull that out. Big fat doe foot. I don't have a lot of opinion on this. I haven't worn it enough. And then I have a Kosas Wet Lip Oil. I think I got this as a freebie from Sephora. I would not buy this full price. Look at that, real similar to that Wet n Wild. Look how similar those are. Really similar. So if you want this Kosas one, or you like it, I don't know what shade it is. On the bottom it says A54. So if you like that, go for the Wet n Wild. They are definitely dupes, I would say. They felt really similar when I was swatching them too. They even have the same kind of pearly tone shift to them. They are really, really close. So, and then last, I actually have two of these. The other one must be in my purse. This is from L'Oreal. It's the Plump Ambition Hyaluron Lip Oil pH. So it's one of those where it changes and shifts with the tone of your skin, which again, I love. This is the berry one. Now this one will plump your lips. It gives you a little bit of a burn. It does. And this is that, again, blue one. So it's kind of got a plum shift. I forget what it's called. Berry. So it's supposed to give you like a berry shift, and it absolutely does. I also have one that gives you a pink shift, and it absolutely does. I really like these glosses. They are a favorite right now for sure. All right, let me clean all these swatches off, and then we will pop into lipsticks and lip liners. So I do have a couple of duos, like these are lipstick gloss duos. I have a couple of lip balms in here, but mostly just lipsticks and lip liners. Let's do our lip liners first. I've got Urban Decay 24/7 in Peyote. Really pretty, kind of pearly nude. I really like this shade. I've got a couple from Sephora collection. These are the Rouge Gel lip liners, which I don't think they make anymore, which is too bad. This is 28 Sink or Suede. Great cool tone lip liner. The other one I have is the Nudist. Another great cool tone lip liner. I have a lifter liner in Line Leader. These lifter liners are so nice and creamy. Like you could just use this as a lipstick with a gloss over it and you are good to go. I've got a Pat McGrath in Divine Rose. Really pretty pink lip liner. I only have one of the Revlon Color Stay Longwear lip liners and I need more. This one's in Nude. I like that it's a plastic twist up. They last so well on your lips and they're really creamy and comfortable. So that's a great one. And then I have the Buxom liner in the Power line in Dangerous Dolly. Another great one. So all my lip liners really similar, but there you get the gist of them. All right, let's go into lipsticks next. First up is from Estee Lauder. This is fairly new to me. This is Out of Time. I love this packaging. I feel like my grandmother in the best way when I use this. It is heavy. I like that it's thin. And then look at this swatch. And it's so comfortable. Really nice lipstick. I love this. This is like a throw it in your purse, feel really fancy when you pull it out kind of lip. All right, I've got two from Pat McGrath, little minis. I have Fever Dream. I don't wear these hardly at all. I think I've only worn them once because they are a red, and I don't really wear red very much, but maybe this will be the year that I change that. And this is Elson. They are really comfortable. That Elson, oh my gosh. Look at that beautiful blue red. So nice. The other one's like a warmer orangey, like terracotta red. I have one MAC lipstick currently, and it is Cream in Your Coffee. I want to love this, but I just don't know that I do. And I don't love the formula. I just have never really gotten into the MAC lipsticks that way. And then I have NARS Dolce Vita, one of my very favorite lipsticks, and they don't make this particular kind anymore. I have several of these tubes. Like I keep one in my desk drawer, one in my purse. This is the one in my vanity. I love that lipstick. All right, then I've got some from Revlon. I've got Glossed Up Rose, part of their Shine collection. Quite honestly, Revlon makes me the happiest at the drugstore with lips. They look so classic. Revlon's been around forever, and their formula is great, so it's truly my favorite. I have Cherries in the Snow. I recently picked that up. What a classic. Talk about one that's been around forever. Like a pretty magenta. I also have Candied Rose. I really like this one. Very pretty. And Bear It All. I've been trying to just find another good nude, and I don't know. I just like that Neutrogena one. That one's pretty good though. All right, and then the other Revlon I have is Nude Illuminator. This is part of their newer Shine one. More subtle, but nice. That'd be a good throw in your purse kind of color. And then I have three from Marc Jacobs, which is now discontinued. I have Oh Miley. Gorgeous red. I think I found all of these at TJ Maxx, or maybe I got them online when they were going out of business. I forget. I've got Infamous. Love this one. I don't wear these enough. They last so long, and they are so beautiful. And then Sugar and Spice. Great one for the fall. Love those Marc Jacobs lipsticks. I have one lipstick from Urban Decay in Rush. I actually really like this. I reached for it quite a bit actually. Kind of a good pinky nude. Then I have several from Flower Beauty. This one is the Perfect Pout in Buttercup. This is a great little nude shade and very creamy. Look, that's almost exactly the same as that Revlon. They're almost exactly the same. This has a little bit more pigment than the Revlon did. And then I also have Blush Rose. These two I have been reaching for like crazy since I got them. I really like both of them, and they are so shiny, comfortable, creamy, not long wearing, but really nice and easy to throw in your purse and reapply. And then I have this great hot pink one from Flower in Pink Orchid. It's part of the matte line. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Love, love, love that pink lipstick. And then I have another one. I haven't even used this one yet. And Poppy Pout. It's like a bright look. This will be the first time I've even swatched it. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Yep. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, I need to do a look with that red. How pretty. All right, and then I have the Clinique Black Honey. This is like the old packaging. I think I got this for free one year. I've used a ton of it. That's all that I have left. I need to work on using that up. I love this though. What a classic. Just a good berry pigment for your lips. Absolutely fantastic. And then I have, Maybelline Glaze in Rose Bite. I got really into hot pinks. Can you tell? I got really into hot pinks. I don't love this formula. I don't. It's not as comfortable as I'd like. It's not as shiny as I'd like. Like, it's okay. Now, what I will say is it stains pretty darn well. Like, that pink will actually leave some color to your lips when you wipe it away. It's kind of crazy. All right, then I have 3 of these Man-Eater lipstick gloss balms. I'm not gonna swatch these because I'm frankly running out of arm space, and I actually did a dedicated video on these, which I'll link below. So if you wanna see those swatches on my hand and also on my lips, I'll link that video, check it out. This was like a QVC purchase. So I have the shade Passion, Moody. I love the fact that it's like the duo, and Desire. And I actually think there's a 4th one that is in my purse right now. So watch the video to find out what that is.